If you would say I do, then I promise you, baby, I'll always be true. No matter the price I have to pay, I'll pay it all for you, lady. If you say, here I am, you can take my hands, and I'll marry you. Oh, God. Baby, if you stare me in my eyes, you'll see it's no surprise. It's all about you. I would like you to hear. It's all about you.
LA's fine, sunshine most of the time. And the feeling is laid back. Palm Tree Road, rents are low, don't you know? But I keep working my way back. But I'm a Jamaican boy who's born and raised. Nowadays I'm lost between two shores. LA's fine, but it ain't home. New York is home, but it ain't mine no more. I am myself to no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chant. I am my pride. I am said I.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How are you? How are you this evening? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Hot Topics on the Chris Whilby Show. My name is Chris Whilby. Today is what date is it? It's the 16th. Yeah, the 16th of October, 2025. Yeah. A day we have never seen before, and one that I don't think we'll ever see again, you know. But I want to welcome everybody to the program. Thank you all. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of the show. Caribbean Vibes Radio Network. CaribbeanVibesRadio.com is the station, and the name of the program is the Chris Whilby Show. It's the Hot Topics on the Chris Whilby Show. Right, it's the day when we discuss things that are happening, and you know, we have a little chat about what is happening all over the world, and give our own spin on it and our input, you know, because we have to have a voice, and our voice matters. Sometimes we don't believe that our voice matters, but let me tell you, even in your little corner, your voice matter. Yeah. So don't let anybody tell you that your voice no matter and that you can't make a difference. You can make a difference. If it's even a small difference. You can make a difference in your neck of the woods. So I want to welcome everybody. And as you come onto the YouTube chat, welcome to Linkage Radio from out of New York City, the big bad Linkage Radio. Yeah, welcome. Lady D, you had a great show there. So I have asked permission to use the clip from Lady D's show earlier, which we are going to do to share the story and the journey of a young lady. You have to say a young lady, yeah. You will hear in our own words, we're in Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and whatever we can do, because cancer overall, it is, I don't know, it's taking out people left, right, and center. My own sister succumbed to it a few months ago. My mother had it. Luckily, she did not. She survived it a few years ago. And I have known so many people who have passed on from some form of cancer or the other, and some who are suffering right now from it, and some people are living with it. So we have to, pay attention to what is going on with cancer. It's a very, very deadly disease. Very, very deadly disease. So I'm going to share that story later on in the program. Tonight we want to look at a few things. I have a few things that I want to talk about. The main thing for the headline is it's been in the news. It has been in the news ever so often. It rears its head again. Why are men intimidated by independent women? And I don't understand why this topic keeps coming up, because there is no evidence of anything like that. It's just, I think it's just people, I don't know, just making up stories about men being intimidated by independent women. So, hey, we're gonna talk about it, and that's one of them. One of the topics we're gonna talk about this evening. That's the main one, right? Why are men? So it is on the website. It has been there for a few days now. I think it has been there for about a week. Because what I'm trying to do, ladies and gentlemen, just so you are aware, I'm trying to keep you in the loop. I'm trying to do my weekly blog. Excuse me. I'm trying to do my weekly blog on a Sunday evening. So you can check out the website for whatever topics or whatever I'm going to be writing about Sunday evening into Monday. So my weekly blog, you can check that out, and the hot topic will be posted. And as I said, you can I am always going to be walking you through how to, because I want people to visit the website. So I want you to always be checking out the website. You know what I mean? I want you to be familiar with it. So here we have the website, and as I told you before, you can go there and navigate what's happening Here we have, if you go to the entertainment segment and hover over it, you will have the podcast. And once you click on the podcast, you can, and these are the links you find in the entertainment section. You have the podcast, the interviews, YouTube, and the schedule. So the podcast is the most important one right here. So if you click on the podcast, it will take you to the it will take you to the blogs on the podcast. And so here we go again. Here we go again. Are men really intimidated by independent women? Are men intimidated by independent women? And let me just shift this. I'm going to shift the screen a little bit so we can all fit on the screen, And while we discuss this, I want to say good evening to everybody tuning in. Sister Pat, how are you? You're always first out the blocks as usual. Thank you. Thank you for your continued support as usual. I really appreciate you. So here we go. Everybody's now fitting on the screen. So here we go again. And this is my take on the whole situation, whether or not men are intimidated by independent women. So let me just play what this young woman has to say about this, and then we can get into it, right? Let's
Guys, go ahead and check out this video right here.
Men are intimidated by independent women. Yes, they are. They are intimidated by independent women. And let me explain to you why. An independent woman shakes a man's ego. First of all, men use money to control women. They use the money to control them in how they want them to behave, what they want them to do. But a woman who is independent takes away that control because she does not need his validation. She's not dependent upon him. And a man who cannot control a woman, you know what they resort to? Detestful, and they also get disrespectful. Some of them start by trying to tear down your independence. They either want you to leave your job or lose anything that would afford you to be independent. Secondly, because you're able to do a lot of things for yourself, their ego is now bruised. So they detest you. They don't like you. And on top of that, an independent woman, because she knows her worth, she will not tolerate certain behavior. Because you are independent, it bruises his ego. So he resorts to attacking your character. You are the weapon that's formed against him because it makes him no longer have control. Independent women, boss up, drip drip.
Yeah, so that is the hot topic for this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are men intimate? So, do you agree with what this young lady has to say about independent women and men being intimidated? Now, if you would read what I wrote, you'd see where I totally disagree. I don't think it's a surprise that I disagree with this young lady. So, what I have said, and if you have read it, you would have seen it. I have said it, that we talk a lot these days about the independent woman or the independent women who pay their own bills, make their own moves, and don't need anyone to complete them. And as far as I'm concerned, that is very powerful, because independence is something for everybody to be proud of. Right? I am not knocking anybody who is independent. It's something that we all should be proud of. But here's a question that we really do not ask enough. If independence means that I don't need anyone, how can you truly share your life with someone else? Independence in its purest form, as far as I'm concerned, or, as a word means, it is being self sufficient, standing on your own, emotionally, financially, mentally, and all the alleys. But if truth be told, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've been down this road before. Relationships, at least the real ones, the real relationships, are built on not independence, but interdependence. It means, therefore, that two people choose to rely on and care for each other. Not because they have to, but because they want to. So, as far as I'm concerned, sometimes when someone says, I don't need a man, for example, a woman saying that, I don't need a man, or they're constantly reminding others of how independent they are. You hear some people, it's like they're seeking the validation. And they want people to know. It's like the President of the United States continue to tell people that I am the President of the United States. Yeah, we know. Yeah? So when people say, I don't need someone, and they're constantly reminding you of how independent they are, it can definitely send the wrong signal. And the wrong signal is that, or the signal that it sends is that you're not really confident, but you're distant. You're distant. It can sound less like you are empowered. It can sound less like empowerment and more like you are shutting people off, like it's a wall that you're building. Yeah? And let's be honest about it. Most men are not really intimidated by that kind of behavior. They are just not interested in trying to build a connection with someone who seems to have no room for partnership. And what some people are calling intimidation is often just disinterest. Men don't want that kind of competition. So, men are just not interested. It's not intimidation. It's not being intimidated. It's just that men are not interested. Nobody, either man or woman, wants to feel unnecessary. And many men admire strength. They admire ambition. They admire self-respect. Those qualities, as far as I'm concerned, are very attractive. But when independence turns into self-centeredness or superiority, it shifts the energy, ladies and gentlemen. It stops being one of I can hold my own, and it starts sounding like I'm above you. I'm better than you. You can't tell me what to do. And that's where the disconnect happens. So, in closing my remarks on this, I want to remind my friends, both male and female, especially the females who are hung up on this and believing that men are intimidated by quote unquote independent women. We have to remember that true strength doesn't mean shutting people out. True strength means knowing you could stand alone, or knowing you can stand alone, but you choose to share your life with somebody else anyway, even though you can stand alone. Because even the strongest, even the strongest among us still crave that love and respect, the connection. So maybe the goal isn't to be independent in the absolute sense. Maybe it's to be balanced. Strong enough to stand alone, but also humble enough to stand together. And one of the reasons why a lot of men don't bother with women who claim to be independent women, ladies and gentlemen, is that they can take on a level of masculinity in that because they now believe that they are independent, they don't need you, and so you can't tell them anything, you can't make suggestions, and they become loud and boisterous and borderline aggressive. And they believe that this is strength. But in my opinion, that's not strength. That's just being obnoxious and aggressive. That's my opinion on the whole thing. What is yours? You can disagree with me. You can call me at 508 762 7621, 508 762 7621, and let's have a chat about it. 508 762 7621. What's your take? Are men really intimidated by independent women? I have given you my thoughts and my opinion. It doesn't have to be yours. You can disagree with me as much as you want to, and we can have a chat about it. 508 762 7621. As I said before, I am going to play for you Lady D's program earlier, where she had somebody on discussing her journey with the with breast cancer. So we will definitely be doing that, my friends. However, let me go into my blog. And there is one here that it says here, do we need God back into our schools? I saw this one here on which day was it? I think it was on Sunday. It was in the Sunday Gleaner, and I decided to write about it and have my opinion about it. And again, this is one where I'd love to hear what you think. You know, this one, a lot of us in Jamaica, we grew up in the church, and even those who have since left the church, we are from Christian backgrounds, and some of us are still in the church, very active. I myself, I'm very active in church, but I still have my independent mind and my independent thoughts. So recently, Jamaica's Education Minister, Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, made a bold call urging the church to rally behind educators to help rescue our young people. And she believes that many of our students are showing troubling behavior because they are growing up without strong religious values, often in broken homes. So, I'm not going to give you my thoughts on that yet. I will leave that up there for later. And I hope that somebody. Do we need God back into our schools? Please, please, please. I'd love to hear from you. Do we need God back in our schools? 508-762-7621. There's also another topic here that is very interesting, and I think I need to find that one, ladies and gentlemen, and share that information with you about Jamaica's birth rate, because according to Statin, Jamaica's birth rate is declining. Cliff Hughes, my good friend Cliff Hughes, he had a very interesting take on it. And I'm going to play that for you in a moment. And I would love to hear what you have to say about it. 508-762-7621. I'm going to continue to give out the phone number. People say I don't give out the phone number often enough. So it's 508-762-7621. I say again, 508-762-7621. I'm going to continue to give out. All right. Yeah, giving an echo there. I don't want that. So let's stop that. All right. So it's 508-762-7621. Let me see if I can turn this volume down so I don't hear myself echoing. Yeah, what's going on? 508-762-7621. All right. All right, there you go. Turn that down. Oh, I can. Okay, there you go. All right, so I want to say good evening to Sister Veronica Chambers. Good evening to you. How are you? Sister Camille, how you doing? Sister Jackie. Hey, Sister Jackie, how you doing? And Voices with Lady D. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. So, do we need God back into our schools? What say you? Sister Jackie, do you think we need God back into our schools? What say you about that? Sister Yvette, do you think we need God back into our schools? It's a very interesting topic. The education ministry, or the education minister, is saying that we need God back into our schools. So 508. So I've given you two so far. Let me see if what's the other one. What was the other one that I had? Let me just may as well just go into it and throw it out there so that we can have that discussion. Yeah, it is. Did I do this one last week, or was this one October 8th? Was this one? Yeah, I think I already did this one. So there's no more. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think I already did that one last week, so we won't do that one. That one was for. Okay, gotcha. All right, so yeah. So there you go. So, do we need God back into our schools? What do you think? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Do we need God back into our schools? So here we have Christian community urged to help rescue Jamaica's students. Dr. Dana Morrison, the Minister of Education, was lamenting. You know, there's a cry out for help, because I think they believe that Jamaica is falling. I don't know. We're getting indiscipline, but I have a very interesting take on it. I have a very interesting take on it, but I want to hear people. I want to hear your opinion on it before we move into that. I'd love to hear your opinion. All right. In the meantime, let me see if I can pull up Lady D and her show. Here it is, and I'm gonna disappear for a moment, ladies and gentlemen, and let Lady D. I really want you to listen to this interview here. It's very, very interesting. This is Lady D's interview earlier this evening. And for those of you who have not yet subscribed to Lady D's channel, I'm inviting you to subscribe to her channel. It is Voices with Lady D. Voices with Lady D. And not just subscribe, but whenever she is on, please go and watch her programs. All right? We work together and we encourage and we share information across platforms. Lady D, she's on my website. Her program is broadcast on my website whenever she's on. So even when I'm not on YouTube, I'm listening to her on the radio, because sometimes I'm not able. Sometimes I'm driving while she's on and whatnot, so I don't get to engage as much, but I'm listening to her on the radio, So I'm encouraging you, my listeners, to go watch Lady D. Subscribe to the channel, and not just subscribe, but whenever she comes on, please give her your support. All right? So without further ado, let me get into the yeah, this is the beginning, so let's get into it. All right.
Please don't say my name. Just say goodbye. It's too late to lie. Just say goodbye. It's too late to lie.
Yes, music by Leela IK on a Thursday evening. Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Lady D Denise Gomez Green, alongside co-producer Evel Green. And we're staging the show called Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. It's a pleasure having you here this evening. And I promised that at this time, 7 p.m., we would have a guest. And she's seated right next to me. So I would like to have her all cued and ready to go. Let's see. Check. Hello, Pat.
Hello.
So you have to come closer. Let me see if that's the one.
Hello.
Okay, that's not the one. Let's see if this is the one.
Hello.
Okay. That's not the one. So let's try another one here, Pat. Let's try this one.
Hello.
No.
Hello.
Now we're talking.
All right.
Mhm. So welcome, everybody. As you can see, Patricia Maduri is seated right. Come on up, Pat. Come on up. Push up chair, push up chair. Pat is seated next to me, and Eval says, "Greetings, Patricia."
Hi.
Yes, so they can see you, and that's great. So we'd like to welcome everybody to the show this evening, and we're, of course, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we decided to reach out to Pat and ask her, if she would like to share her journey with us, where she is to date. So, in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I'm seated with Patricia Maduri, a devoted wife, loving mother, and courageous woman who received a life-changing breast cancer diagnosis earlier this year. And so she will be opening up about the moment everything changed, the power of early detection, and how faith, family, and community became her lifeline through the storm. Her message of hope and resilience reminds us that we're never alone in the fight. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. But before we start our conversation, I'd just like to start the segment with a beautiful song that I know Pat and all of us will enjoy.
Who among the sons of the mighty can be likened to you? You're the greatest name anyone can call. Who could number from your beginning? You're the ageless God. Highest are you, highest are you, highest are you. Who among the sons of the mighty can be likened to you? You're the greatest name anyone can call.
Who could number from the beginning?
Who could number from your beginning? You're the ageless God. Highest are you, highest are you, highest are you. Oh, highest are you, Master Jesus. Yeah, highest are you.
For it.
Yes.
So he said the MRI, and that's when they saw the gray cloud, that gray cloud look, they call it, and signifies
That you have
breast
this
cancer.
And what stage was it at that time?
It was, I think 0.7, something like that. Yes, and during that time,
Hello, you're live on the radio. Good evening. Yes, ma'am. Good evening. How are you? Hold on. Hang on a second. I'm not hearing you. Just give me 1 second. Let me cue you up here.
I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah. I said I had to cue you in because I wasn't hearing you. Now I'm hearing you. How are you?
Okay. Oh, well, I give God thanks for another day. My belief is that life without God is non-existence.
Right.
Because He woke me up this morning and breathe, give me, I'm in my sound mind. And when I think I wouldn't be able to do little things that I had to do, He gave me the strength. So, life minus God is non-existence for me.
Right.
It's just like principles that Mom taught me, Mom and Dad. I still live by them.
Yes.
Because Mom wouldn't like me to go out on the road and start cursing and behave badly. And I still ask myself, is Mom still around? I have not been growing up as a rowdy rude child. I hardly get any flogging.
Yeah.
Mom flogged me, but dad never did. So I go by those principles. And if you don't have God in your life, for me, life is non-existent.
Right.
So there's so much. I listen to 12 o'clock news, and there's so much disheartening things. I mean, they're happening here too. But with little children, they're taking them away, and they're doing this. And the little Jamaica that I grew up in, sometimes it surprises me. Sometimes I have to say, Lord, no, let me hear a bad news again. It happens for over here too.
Right.
In
Right.
America.
Right.
But Jamaica comes first for me in everything.
So you're
I
saying.
still pray and thank God for a peaceful election, because that's where I was born and bred before I came here. So I don't see my life without. I'm not a perfect person, but I don't see my life without God's guidance.
Right.
I can't see it that way.
So you believe
Because
that.
who gave me the breath that I breathe and enable me to do little this and little that, and I have to. Sometimes I just whisper, I say, "Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus." You know. So that is my take on.
So you believe that they should put back God in schools?
Of course, or you going minus God out. It's no living at all, no life at all.
Oh, all right.
You can't minus him. You can't. You have to plus.
Plus. All right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very
All
much.
right,
I
bye-bye.
appreciate it, Carl. All right. Yeah, let me see if I can. Thank you very much. Yeah, let me see if anybody else want to call to give your input before I go back to Lady D on the with her interview. Anybody else want to give an opinion on any of the topics? We're discussing whether or not you think that men are intimidated by women, and also if you think that we should put God back into schools in Jamaica. The Minister of Education is calling for the church to get more involved and put God back into schools into Jamaica. So 508-762-7621 is the number to call. 508-762-7621. So we have two topics going. I also have a video that I want to play for you from Cliff Hughes online earlier today, where he is discussing the findings, the census findings, that Jamaica's birth rate is declining, and according to the study and the the intellectuals in Jamaica, so to speak, it's a worrying trend. People are not really. We had this discussion on this program before, People are not having enough children in Jamaica. So I don't know. They're saying that it's a dangerous thing. So I don't know. Yeah, they're saying that it's dangerous. So anybody else, before I go back to Lady D, do you want to call me? 508-762-7621. 508-762-7621. Do you want to call me to? Do you believe that we need to put God back into schools in Jamaica? And do you believe that men are intimidated by independent women? Are men intimidated by independent women? What's your take? 508-762-7621. Give me a call before I go back to Lady D and her guests because I want to get this interview in there. So I'd love to hear from you before we go back in there, because I don't want to break it again. 508-762-7621. That's again 508-762-7621. What is your take on either of the topics? 508. Skipper, what is your take? Where's Skipper? I don't see Skipper one. What is your take? 508-762-7621. What is your take on the matter? All right, I'm going to go back to Lady D and going to pick up where we left off with this interview. All right?
It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Pat Maduri, we attend the New Testament Temple Church of God in the Bronx, and I've known Pat forever.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
We've known each other for a very long time.
long time. And Pat, I'm so thankful that Clint and yourself decided to, share your story with us.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks a pleasure.
Thanks for the invite.
So we want to get as much in because we go up to 7:30, so we have 25 minutes for you to share. And ladies and gentlemen, as you are viewing, if you would like to call in and to extend your blessing to Pat, I'm going to call it a blessing, and your words of encouragement, we're open to doing that. So Pat, let's start talking. We've always heard breast cancer, but not many of us say, Lord, I wonder if that would happen to me. Will I ever be diagnosed? So tell us about how it all, the diagnosis, what was that like for you? Because we're just having a conversation.
And it's so funny, Lady D, that is something that I always pray and say, God, please don't let me get this thing.
Really?
Please. Yes,
Oh.
always. And how I found out about this now is, for me, I practice to know my body, to know the very changes that will take place. So whenever the change come, I can know that this is different from what it normally is. So since last year, I was feeling like some striking sharp pain, especially in the left breast. And it's more of a pain like, when your monthly cycle is about to start, you feel that thing, which shouldn't be happening now.
Right.
So anyway, I observe it and I watch it for another month, and it gets intense at time. So I went to my GYN and I was mentioning it to him, and he said, "Oh, you're so young, but I don't think it's such a years." So he said, "Do this, do that, and watch it for another, and then come back to him." So it gets stronger, and 2 months pass, and it paused like for a week straight.
Okay.
And it appears back again, and I went back and I said, Dr. So this, we got to do something.
Okay. And when you did the test, so what was that process like?
Actually, when he sent me for the mammogram and a sonogram, nothing showed.
Okay.
It showed me clear. And then I was getting the symptoms just the same, and I went back and I said, Doctor, this is, and then he said, you know what, let us do an MRI. Don't worry, your insurance should cover it.
Yes.
So he said then MRI, and that's when they saw the gray cloud, that gray cloud look, they call it, and signifies
that you have
breast cancer.
And what stage was it at that time?
It was, I think 0.7, something like that. Yes, and during that time, they said that since they get that information, they will have to do a guided biopsy.
Okay.
To really say this is it. And so we set that up and did the biopsy. The biopsy came back positive. Yes. And it actually came back positive. When we did the MRI, it actually showed just one breast.
Breast, okay.
Yes. It was actually two of the same thing.
What?
And it was HER2 positive.
Can
invasive kind.
Explain that.
So I talk about the HER2 positive. When you have the HER2 positive, they're saying how invasive it is and the depths of it, how it can move in the body, how it grow, and all these things. What it's receptive to, what it's not receptive to, and it's a whole science about this thing. Yes.
I can imagine.
So that was something. But God is good though, because I ever people ask if I don't cry,
Right.
but I didn't.
You
Some
didn't.
people ask, some people say if my head don't hurt this, but I didn't. It was so weird. It's like at a moment I should be crying, I should be taking out the hair and all this, but I wasn't.
Wow.
The peace of God was just
over you.
yes. It's like the Lord know that He already know that it was going to happen. So I assume that He prepared me, and He also prepared Clint, because Clint didn't take it like no.
Both of you.
One other time I look, I said, "Do you know that this is a serious?"
He was so calm.
Yes.
Clint.
and
Yes.
I did not get any butterflies at all, I must say, because it's so funny. I don't know if you remember, there's a scripture with David, and he was like, I don't remember it too much, but I know I remember the thing that I fear most has come upon me,
Yes.
and that's as soon as I get that result, that's the same thing came.
To you.
And I said, oh my
goodness.
God.
Because, you know, a lot of people, once they get a diagnosis, it's like their entire world fall apart.
That's true.
And the fact that you both were able to go through this, so, you know, and not be all frazzled and, you know, all of that, and you're losing weight and, you know, them kinds of things, and looking all distressed, which happens to people.
Yes.
When they get they call it a bad news.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's true, right?
That's very
So
true.
now, after all of that was done, what was the next step?
The next step was to do surgery, and my gyna, he believed because of this type to do not to wait for anything, try and get in for surgery as soon as possible.
Okay.
So he sent me to a certain doctor and stuff,
Yes.
and I went there, pretty decent and nice and whatever, and spoke with them, and they gave me an appointment for. It was way out. It was.
Oh, you would have had to wait for a long
Yeah,
time
I
before
think if I'm remembering, I don't know if I can remember. I think it was about a 2-month wait. And they said because it's a type, it's gonna grow. Yeah,
Yes,
we don't want
yes.
thing, but I don't want it to grow too much. So my husband boss, when he mentioned it to him and stuff, he let him know such and such, and then he said, tell her I have a doctor for this for her, that for her.
Oh wow.
And Clint boss, he did set up everything. And when I went to see this oncologist now, this specialist, and spoke with him, Dr. Mark, he was talking to me and explaining stuff to me, and it was so much to absorb. I tell him that I was blank.
Oh Lord.
I tell him that I was.
You
And he
couldn't
said,
take too much at one time.
no, he said he understand, but he's going to go through, and talking to him, and he said, what the name of the doctor that you visit first, and I see that they schedule for X amount of time, and why is that and stuff. So when I mentioned the name, he said, there is no doctor of that kind. So I said, yeah, I saw her such a, and he said, no, there's no doctor. So when he started pulling up now, and I searched until I found a card. I found a card, yeah. And when he said, oh my God, I was so over the top that I didn't realize it was a practitioner,
Okay.
oncology practitioner. And he said, this is not a surgeon.
Oh.
So I guess you're stuck with me. You're seeing now your first surgeon.
Yes, yes.
And I said, oh my
You
God.
see how the Lord just worked that out.
Yes.
If you're just joining us, I'm speaking with Patricia Maduri and Clint. You can come on over. Yes, and say hello to our audience, because of course, the two of you are one. In marriage and family and all of that. And, I'd like you to just say hello to our audience.
Hi everyone.
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for having me here, Lady D.
Yes, you're welcome.
So we are here talking about my wife's diagnosis.
Yes.
And I just want to add to the conversation that knowing your body is very important for everyone, but especially for the females, because breast cancer is very bad and very dangerous right now. Everywhere you go, you find that people having this illness. My aunt passed away from this illness, and it's a very tragic situation. But when you have a strong support system,
yes,
it helps. It goes far away. I can remember when my wife got diagnosed, and the support system helped us very much, because I've never been in this kind of situation before. And when you have people to talk with and to tell them what you're going through,
yes,
it helps. I've never been on the radio before.
That's
so
okay.
Pardon me.
That's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
Take your time.
But
Yes.
yeah, support is good, and knowing yourself is good, and the awareness is real good. So if there's someone who's going through stuff,
Yes.
don't be afraid to talk about it, and so you could get some help. Yes, you could get encouragement from those who have been through it before.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
Wonderful.
support. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you. Thank you, Clint. It's good that they see you and hear your voice and know that you're here to support Pat. So, Pat, I mean, did you have to do any chemo?
No, the good thing is I really prayed, and I remember when the pastors came to the house and prayed, and Pastor Pitt asked, what do you what do you desire going forward with surgery and stuff, and the whole everything. And I remember saying, I don't want no chemo.
Yes.
I don't want no radiation. And to God be the glory. After I did they decide to do the tough one, the double mastectomy.
How was that?
Treacherous.
Oh, Lord.
Not gonna lie, it's a hard road, but I tell you, God is good.
Yes.
And the Lord did provide a great support system. Even my sister came from England, and Clint was just holding the fort and doing everything, and Mom was there. The Lord just orchestrated everything, because my mom came up last year and look at the outcome. But He knows all things, and He knows what was about to take place.
Yes.
And it's just we didn't know. But
Yes,
I thank God for His grace and mercy and all the provision that He made during this time and stuff. But the process after the surgery was tough.
Yes.
But thank God we got by. The painkillers didn't work anyway
They
too.
didn't. So you had a lot of pain.
A lot of pain.
Oh my. So Pat, if you don't mind sharing with us, because for women, a part of our makeup and our appeal are our breasts.
Yes.
What was that like when after they had to remove them? What?
To be honest, I did not really look when I come home. I did not really look until about 2 weeks. I didn't look in the mirror. About 2 weeks I didn't look into the mirror, and
Yes.
yes. So it's
It was hard.
it was tough, and as I said, I did not look into the mirror for 2 weeks.
Oh no.
No.
Oh.
I did not go to that mirror at all because I know there was
nothing
nothing
there. Oh my.
Yes.
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 But you know what? I think in all of that, God also showed you that, hey, you're fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yes.
And He had to remind you of that.
Yes.
Because, when I've heard other women talk about, the fact that they had to do the mastectomy and so on, and how it made them feel. But because you are a woman of faith, even though in those 2 weeks you could not actually look at yourself, but still there was that peace. I'm sure you weren't giving them a very difficult time at home and, being all erratic and all of that.
No, I wasn't. And God gave me such a miraculous strength because I really bear those pain.
Oh, my.
And, they say you're to sleep X time or whatever, but every day I'm up downstairs. I do not go back in that bed until night. I try to move around even though everybody's eyes is watching me to see if I'm trying to do anything and stuff. Yes. But I never give the bed the benefit.
Wonderful.
And that was
so
something very, very,
yes.
very, very good. It's a blessing. God really prepared me. I must say He really prepared us.
Yes.
and stuff. So I thank Him.
And how are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm on the positive side. I wouldn't say weeks, but like only time I really have a little hiccup was in August.
Okay.
Coming to the end of August, because I remember when I start looking at myself, I was saying, "Oh my gosh!"
Yes.
I said, "God, look at me! I look like a freak. I look like a freak."
Yes.
But and every time I pass the mirror, and I said, "Oh my God, I don't." But then the peace of God just came differently to transform
your mind,
my mind.
Yes, thank you, Lord.
And renewed my strength,
Yes,
and I thank Him. I thank Him for that.
Amen.
Yes.
Wonderful. Now, how about your children? Did they
they know about it, but do they really understand, Clint?
Yes, Clint. Yes.
I wonder if I do wonder if they really understand, but they cool, calm, and collective.
They're like you. They're like you, Clint. Wonderful.
Yeah. So that's very good. They didn't stress them in their work. They did in their school work, in their studies or anything. They all came out on top with their grades and all of these things. So they I guess that whole setup, God did it. God did it beforehand. So they were all set. We were all.
Yes, you were all knit together.
Yes. Wonderful.
And I know people called and prayed with you.
Oh yes, yes. A lot of people called, got a lot of prayers.
Amen.
And my sister called me almost every day. The one she's now in Canada.
Yes.
Actually, when she diagnosed with breast cancer, I was standing in the gap for her.
Oh.
For what? 2 years?
Really?
Yes, and she had stage 3. She just finished. She had to do chemo and radiation.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So she just finished in December. Yeah.
Thank God. This is a journey for some women. Not many will have that. We don't know what our lives are like, but what we can say is that when you have God and Christ's peace, the Trinity, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
It makes a difference.
It does.
I believe you go through your waters differently.
It's a fact. It's definitely a fact. Because there is no way we could function like that if the Holy Spirit wasn't present and current and in our lives,
Yes.
So God did a mighty work before the diagnosis. Yeah, definitely did it.
He prepared you.
Definitely.
He prepared you.
Yes, he sure did.
Yes.
He did.
Well,
Yes.
we're so thankful that you're doing better. I remember I had a chit chat with Clint in our church foyer, and he just kind of gave me an update and so on, and I was so encouraged. And I remember calling you, and we talked a little bit, and I prayed with you. And when I came off the phone, I was saying, oh Lord, just heal and let everything work just for your good. Because
Amen.
in all of it now, you have a testimony, you have a story to share.
Yes.
And sometimes people really don't want to divulge too much about.
All right, so there you have it. I'm going to leave that there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking around and watching that that video there of that lovely lady sharing her story with us in the midst of everything, Yeah, God is still in the healing business, so we have to give him thanks and praise that first and foremost she found out very early and she was able to take care of it. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to know, as they say, you have to know your body, and don't ignore when you see something different happening in your body. Do not ignore it. All right. What time it is now? It's now 9:15. We're gonna move to. So if anybody want to go, because I'm moving to another section. If you want to call me, you can call me and give me your take on what's been happening so far in the program. 5087627621. Again, if you want to give me a call to share your opinion on the topics so far. The next thing that's on the agenda this evening is that Jamaica's population now stands at 2,754,538. This is a 2% increase over the 2011 census. So, very interesting there. Jamaica's population is growing, but very, very slightly. According to Nationwide News, Statin sounds the alarm over declining birth rate. Yeah, Statin sounds the alarm. So according to how Nationwide is reporting it, they're saying that Jamaica's population growth has declined to alarming levels. This according to data from the now completed 2022 population and housing census carried out by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin. The data was presented on Wednesday in New Kingston, according to Nationwide. The data shows over the decade between 2011 and 2022, the Jamaican population grew by less than 3%. And we have a report here from Siobhan Campbell from Nationwide News.
As of 2022, Statin estimates that Jamaica's total population stood at 2,754,538 persons. This was just over 76,000 more individuals than the data collected in 2011. It's a growth rate of 2.8%. According to Statin's Director of Census's Demographic and Social Statistics Division, Stacey Ann Robinson, this is the country's lowest birth rate and population growth in 53 years.
The average annual growth rate of 0.24% was the lowest over the period 1970 to 2022. The growth rate observed was influenced by a 42.2% decline in the births, moving from 747,788 to 432,018 over the intercensal periods 1970 to 1982 to 2011 to 2020. And it was further impacted by population losses due to deaths moving from 188,993 to 236,687.
For comparison, from 1970 to 1982, the population grew by over 341,000 individuals. It was 227,000 for the period 1991 to 2001. It fell to below 100,000 for the first time between 2001 and 2011. Absolute growth for that period was just over 91,000 individuals. Statin Director General Leisha Delati-Bader says at the current trend, Jamaica is on its way to population decline.
We're seeing where births are declining, and that has been the trend over several decades. We're also seeing where deaths are increasing, and particularly we're also seeing where net migration has declined. When you put all of those factors together, we end up with a population that is growing, albeit at a much slower rate. And over time, what we have been seeing over the several decades of censuses is that the population growth rate is slowing down. This is very important because it means that if we continue on this path, we will ultimately get to a declining population. And this is an important takeaway from the results of the population and housing census that we are presenting today.
In terms of parish, St. Catherine registered the highest population growth at 26,500. This was followed by Clarendon and Kingston and St. Andrew, which added 13,500 and 10,500 respectively over the decade. At the absolute lowest end is Hanover, with only 247 individuals added over the period. St. Thomas was not far behind, at just 583. Siobhan Campbell for Nationwide News.
Alright, so that's basically what's happening there with that report. Now, Mr. Cliff Hughes gave us his version of what he believed was I don't know. What do you guys think though on this matter? Because a lot of people in Jamaica believe that they're not trying to have no babies, you know. They're not trying to have no babies. But for some people, they're saying, hey, listen, Jamaicans need to start having babies. So here's what Cliff Hughes had to say about the entire situation. Can I bring this up? I'm trying to see if I can get Cliff Hughes. But anyway, what they're trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, is that Jamaicans need to start having more babies. I don't know if if that's gonna take in today's day and age if anybody wants to start having more babies, because having babies is not just thinking about the population. You know, people have to be in a certain situation to have babies, and people are just not willing to just go have babies because they want to have babies for the population. I remember growing up, Jamaicans were encouraged not to have babies. Jamaicans are encouraged. I don't remember. I don't know if you guys remember when there was this thing about two is better than too many. You remember that advertisement on television? One had too many. Let me go to the phone lines here. Good evening. You're live on the radio. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening again.
Mm-hmm.
I can't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's so much things that needed to be looked after in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
And here in America, I think actually every little corner store you see, they have week and something.
Mm-hmm.
In Jamaica, when you have the babies now, where you gonna go to get a little help? You can't get a job. Come on.
You have a very good point.
Find them up here in a garden house or tell you have baby. Who help you to take care of them?
You have a very good point.
Who will help you?
Because
we are so Americanized.
Mm-hmm.
When my grandson is 22 now.
Mm-hmm.
And when we, myself and his aunt,
Mm-hmm.
we usually buy the Pampers in a box, by how it sell, box up, plastic or whatever.
Yes.
I put it in barrels.
Yes.
And I bought, I think, a dozen diapers for my daughter. And she gave it away. She gave it away. So everybody wants Pampers. Where are they going to find these ministers to help them? To help them to go buy Pampers and go buy feed and support. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very good question.
Give it away so somebody need it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is 22 years ago. My grandson is 22.
Mm-hmm.
So you think, and I'm not a young person. And from I was growing, this postmistress in my district had 2 children, and that's what I had in my head. She had a little girl and a little boy. Well, I end up with 3.
Mm.
But you will feed them. Number one, I don't. And boys and girls bundled up in one bed, one room. Come on. Then they're going to find them to get help.
Yeah. I don't know.
Must think, because they're not having any more.
Yeah, but
so why you going to send me to go help, to go walk, to go beg, to buy a little feed, and I don't like my baby nose to be running, and in diaper or whatever drawer I need, my baby must be clean, because when I was growing, if your baby not clean and have nose, I don't touch it. People say they do them little stuff, but in the baby have to cool clean when I bathe my baby and powder them. I don't want to move from there. You smell them and kiss them so till.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I hear you. Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, let me hang out.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I am with Sister Gloria. I am with Sister Gloria there because everybody is talking about having babies because of population growth, and nobody is talking about
it will have if we do not address this problem.
Yeah, this Cliffius. Let me bring him up
And
here.
You don't start to address a problem until you recognize you have a problem. And it has to do with the results of the 2022 census. And the story of the census is not the problems we have had with the 2022 census, but the findings. And the findings are suggesting that as a nation, as a society, we are having declining birth rates and population growth to a point now that it is quite a major policy imperative. What the statistics are revealing is that if we do not cauterize and turn this around, then we will have an existential threat as a viable society in 20, 30 years. To cut to the chase, we're not reproducing at a rate that secures the viability of the country 20, 30 years from now. Our women and our men are not having enough children at a rate that is sustainable as a viable society. And there are several reasons for that we can discuss. But at the end of the day, we have to find a way to cauterize this. Yes? We have to find a way to cauterize this. And we in media have to play a part. Yes. The story was carried, but how it's reported, frankly, is distressing. The Observer chose to put it on page 9. More deaths, fewer births. Starting census reveals slowest population growth rate in over 50 years. Slowest population growth rate in more than 50 years. That's part of the chilling findings of the statistics from Statin. The Gleaner has a story on its front page, but look what they chose to take it from. Late delivery. Totally missing the essence of it. The fact that the census results are late is part of the story, but not the lead of the story. Thankfully, I noticed Nationwide led with it yesterday. Come on, man. We have to have a greater sense of what is important for us and guide. Yeah? Help to focus attention. So, the data, the findings, are essentially telling us that over the decade between 2011 and 2022, the population grew by less than 3%. And between 1970 and 2022, the population has averaged an annual growth rate of 0.24%, less than half of a percentage point. 0.24% it has grown between 1970 and 2022. That's 52 years. And it is pretty well known the population growth is below what is called the replacement rate of 2.1, meaning we should be growing at a rate of at least 2.1% for us to be regenerating, to keep up with what we need to be doing as people
let me just pause here for a moment, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm not going to pretend to understand this topic whatsoever. But all I know is that I'm a logical person. I hope I am. And I try to be very practical. And as I was saying before, I don't think anybody who is listening to these guys, including my good friend Cliff Hughes, who I like very much. I listen to him a lot throughout the days when I'm at work and stuff like that. I suspect a lot of people throughout the diaspora do the same. So he seemed to be very passionate about this topic, that people are not really having babies. The last time when we spoke about this, it was the same thing. A lot of people were very passionate. You know, talking about this very issue. I can remember sharing a clip with a woman who was very passionate, saying we need to start putting babies in bellies or something of the sort. And I'm following the comments online, ladies and gentlemen. And if we could bring the story back up from, let me see if I can go back online and pick up the story and see if we can see what's happening with the online comments. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, the online comments they're literally telling nationwide and the Jamaican government to go to hell. That's pretty much what they're saying. And I'm going to share my screen with you again, just so you can read along with me some of the comments that some people are making. And if you notice here, Brian is saying lots of people today are waiting longer or choosing not to have kids because it's so expensive to raise a family and they want their own financial freedom first. They also want the freedom to live different lives. Let me just hello, you are live on the radio. Good evening.
Little piece. I sat down there. When they pass the CXC or common entrance or whatsoever, and to go into high school, you got to go hold or go hunt down the government to get to buy books for them. Him better come off of that thing. Him better come off of that thing. All right.
All right. Thank you. I see Sister Gloria very passionate about it. Yeah. So, continuing the comments here, relationship, fewer are having children in the traditional way. Added to this, some feel society itself isn't supportive enough, which makes them hesitant to take on the huge responsibility of parenthood. Igel McIntosh is saying, well, it could also be viewed that this generation is taking steps to properly plan their lives. And that's exactly what I'm saying here, because I remember back in the days when they used to tell people to plan and not have children if you are not ready. And a lot of people don't believe that they are ready to have these children in Jamaica. A lot of people are still struggling, even though the Jamaica government will tell you that the economy is booming. People are not feeling it the way how they to have 5 and 6 children and whatever, like back in the day. They used to tell us not to have those amount of picnic. Jamaica cannot afford it. So what are they? Why are they pushing this thing? People are choosing financial freedom over having children, says King Williams. Both the Minister of Health, the person who write this article, and all who know where I talk about this is quite okay. That's all I have to say, says Monique Wright. Theresa Spenger says, reading some of these comments make me shake my head and wonder if any of you realize the implications. While it might be true that baby expensive et al., be mindful that if the population is not replaced, enough of uno same one I go work until uno 80 to 90 if uno live to see that. Cause who I go there for work? Why? Alicia Reed says, tell Statin go fix the toilet them down at Jubilee. Nadine Francis says, they are worrying about the money, not us. Remember that. If they didn't care one bit, we have the power to change everything. Young people, go school and take care of yourself. Think about your future. Someone, somewhere else. Hopefully you understand it. God bless us all. And so nobody is really into this thing that they're talking about, you know. Nobody. So the comments are there. It's on social media. See there? All of the comments. Personally, my opinion, don't believe the census is correct. When compare this census to how it was done back in the days, to my mind, it cannot be correct. Well, yeah, that's your opinion anyway. I could care more or less about the birth rate. My family not included. No census taken. Alright, so apart from the census not correct and whatnot, you know, most people are not into what they are talking about here, that people need to go and just start having children. Nobody's into that. Nobody wants to have no children like what they're talking about. I don't know the ramifications of it, to be honest with you. I really do not know the ramification of it. But for what it's worth, good evening to you, Mr. Green. Good to see you, my friend. How is it going? Yeah, I really do not know the ramification of it. All right, let me just get back to the hot topic, ladies and gentlemen. I said I was gonna give you my take on it. So before we finish up here, let me just give you. So, do we need God back into our schools? Some people say yes. So recently, here is my take on that. Recently, Jamaica's Education Minister, Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, made a bold call urging the church to rally behind educators to help rescue our young people. She believes that many of our students are showing troubling behavior. Let me see who is hello, good evening, you're live on the radio.
How are you today?
I am fine, thank you, Sister Pat.
Okay. I was on the program last night. I don't know what name they gave me, but it was not my registered name.
Oh.
Yes. I was the one that answered tourism.
Oh.
Destination. Yeah, that was me.
that name was interesting. I have to go back and see what name was
yes,
what was placed out there.
I forgot. I should have written it down, but I did not.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it will be there when you go back next week. It's there.
Really?
Because once
I
you
don't know why
once
they
it,
gave me that name.
did you create a name? Did you?
No.
Oh yes, so that's what happened. It gave you that name. What you should have done is erase that and just put your name.
Okay.
I think once you go down there, it assign a name to you.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You can erase it and put your name.
It's Chitter something or another.
Yes, I remember that. I remember seeing that
with
one.
a C. Anyway.
I was wondering how I didn't see you.
No, man, I was on, man.
Okay,
I was
good.
on from the onset. Yes,
Good, good.
yes. Okay. Yes, I'm listening to the topic, and I just want to chime in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is the hypocrisy and the double standard of these politicians. First of all, how many children do these politicians have? Zero, maybe to one.
Yeah.
And the last time I checked, was it about 2 years ago into last year, the statistic they were saying women were having too many children. There are no fathers. They can't take care of the children. So how is it the census now is saying that women need to have more children? Who is going to take care of these children? They don't even have place to live, no food to eat. Who's going to take care of these children? The politicians, they turn a blind eye. They're not helping their constituents. So how is it they're in that same token, they will expose the fact that women should have more children? And yes, in the United States, Sister Gloria, I remember in the 70s when the WIC program was initiated, I was a recipient of WIC. Coming down the line, my sisters, we all got WIC. And up until recently, WIC is available. However, due to the current climate, we don't know what this individual is going to do. He's trying to scrap all the programs that are there to aid brown and black people. So yes, women who had children and they needed some extra help with their milk and, stuff like that, it was available. I don't know, when was the last time you checked the cost of diapers? I was in CVS to pick up my medication and I needed a small jar of A&D ointment. For the baby A&D ointment, it was $25. And I saw a box of diaper for $35. And not even to check formula. So, I mean, if times are hard right here in the U.S. as we speak, because some of these programs have already been scrapped.
Yeah.
I can just imagine what women are going through. And so therefore they choose not to have more children because there are no programs and there is no access. So they would prefer not to have children. Yes, if there are aid, that will assist them with food and shelter and their education. When it comes to education, do they still have free scholarships in Jamaica? Or parents have to pay for tuition for their children to go to school?
Well, I think up to secondary education is free. But for tertiary education, you have to fork out your money.
Yeah, so if people don't have the funds, I mean, come on now. They're not looking at the long-term goal. They're only looking at the temporary fix, and this is not a temporary fix. Because if women choose they're not going to have children, these career-minded women, that's not within their realm to have children. Babysitting.
Well, you remember a few years, well, it's more than a few years because I was a child back then. And I'm way past that now. But they used to have this advertisement on television about two is better than too many.
Yes.
Yeah. So they encouraged Jamaicans not to have children, not to have a lot of children. And then the people have gotten the message and people have gotten educated, and our parents used to have 8, 9, 10 pickaninnies and struggled. And so we came up and we decided that we are not going to have them amount of picnic. So we cut back. So the most our generation, would have is probably 3 and the maximum 4. And then, now my children are having less than that. My children are having 1 or maybe 2.
Yes,
and that's it. Because things are, it's not getting any easier. It's getting more difficult. So I don't know about this population growth. I'm not a scholar in it, but all I know, Sister Pat, is that people are just not going to be having any children that they don't believe that they can take care of.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the sooner we we put our heads, our shoulder to the wheel, that's what we're going to have to come to the realization. Education. How much does it cost to educate? You know how much colleges,
oh boy,
as we can see, in our United States, they're cutting back on government grants.
Yep.
They're cutting back
And scholarships and all of that. And they say education is the key to success, but they make education so expensive that the key gets out of your reach.
Absolutely. To even go to the community college, it is expensive.
Yes.
So, but for here, thank God, in the United States, we have, an edge over the folks in Jamaica. It's hard on them.
Yes.
And to encourage women to have more children, I think that is a discredit. That is an insult. That is a slap in the face to women. They need to stop that.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Sister Pat. Appreciate it.
Welcome. Definitely.
All right. God bless you. Hello, you are live on the radio. All right. What caller? Yeah, it's a very interesting topic. You can call me back, caller. Sorry, I missed that call. 508-762-7621. 508-762-7621. You can give me a call back. Or you can give me a call if you want to participate. Jamaica's birth rate is declining, and it is, according to the experts, it is a cause for concern. And we should be doing something about it. What can we do? Me can't do nothing about it, so me not give my time. Me a whole man now, so, me pass them the stage a long time, so, but I do understand what they want people to do, 508-762-7621 is the number to call. Let me get back to, do we need to God back in our schools? So according to the Minister of Education, Christian community is urging to help rescue Jamaica's students. Let me just accept this call here. Good evening. You are live on the radio. Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir. How are you?
I am fine, thank you, Lady D.
Good. I am no expert on the topic, but today I was talking with my director, and we were talking about the very same thing about the ad that was out back in the day about two is better than too many.
Right.
And that was really coming from the family planning rhetoric, that people needed to be a little more controlled in how many children they're having and so on and so on. So call it, maybe it was in hindsight. Now fast forward to 2025. Here is this discussion that everybody is having. I said to my friend today that in my community of tenants, the people I knew growing up who were vibrant, had families, there were a lot of people in my community who were married, so you had the traditional family and then you had the others, right? However, if you walk the streets of Penance, you can identify in each house all the couples who have since passed away. And so now you have a new generation.
Right.
My age group, your age group. We also won't be here for very long unless the Lord chooses
Right.
to take us into the 100 and odd.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We are not having children anymore.
Right.
And so if the growth rate is now at a slower pace, or even becomes stagnated, we're going to have a problem because a thriving nation dictates that it has to be populated. If not, we're going to have a dying nation. I believe one of the concerns is the cost of living. If our dollar, or Jamaican dollar, was not so devalued, maybe people wouldn't be so concerned about how they want me to have more children, and I cannot even take care of myself.
Exactly so.
But it is important for birth rates to be continuous. If not, we won't have no nation lead.
You see, I totally agree with you in a lady.
One moment.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to maybe, which I should have done, but because I'm here whipping up something, if we were to go do research about the number of unalive, what is the term for me? No one get which channel in no
Yeah, man, it's unalive. Yeah, man. We know what you're talking about, because sometimes we get confused. I don't know what to do. You're right.
Right? That stats. We would realize that people are actually, conception is taking place, but it is not full term. So there's that stats as well. Had that not been the case, we wouldn't be having this discussion. The discussion we perhaps would be having is that, after all of that and they go full term, then you hear that they can't buy feeding, they can't this and they can't that. But in the true essence of this particular topic, if our birth rate slows down or even stop, who will be the leaders of tomorrow? How will the nation continue to survive, to sustain itself? So while we might be grappling about, how them think we're going to manage and so on, look at the bigger picture of a growing nation.
Yes.
Because if we're not growing, not only financially, because in order for the economic engine to keep rolling, you have to have
there has to be a replenishment,
going to school, people working, putting back money into the nation, into the society, into the couples. All of those things have to be on a continuum. If not, again, dog eat with supper.
I agree with you.
So we have to look at it.
It's a double-edged.
Not through a very cloudy lens.
It's a double-edged sword.
I really can't talk about it no other way. So the drive to excel in academia and to have the best job and so on, it all has its place. But you can do that and still not meet the true need that women have. We have to procreation not need to continue. Because after, if you buy the house, the car, you buy the house, the car, the dog, you put up the picket fence, the best job. You walk in someplace tomorrow and they say, I'm so sorry, but we can't keep you. So those things are not even.
Right.
Long term. We have to look at it in a different way. I am no expert, but I know when you go back to your community, you can say, Miss Phyllis dead, Sister Cookie. I mean, talk about people I knew.
Mm-hmm.
Who I was a child when they were adults and becoming seniors in our community, or shopkeepers,
Yes.
the tailors, all of some of those people gone.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
And
yeah.
now we are here.
And we soon gone.
So if our children are not thinking that I need to have a family and to see my nation grow, the very people who are now termed as the diaspora, wherever your diaspora is based, Chris, some of us are saying, oh, we need to go back home, go build up the nation, and so on. But most of us are no longer at childbearing age.
Right. I don't think that a lot of us, I don't think the problem is going to affect like our generation. I think if it continues, it's going to affect the next generation that's coming up, because the problem is going to be it's going to start to manifest itself within the next 25, 30 years. When the chronic problem is you're going to start to really see the effects of not replenishing the nation. Because we know we can scrape by and just skate by until our time come and we gone. But
so that's what I'm saying. It's not so much about just telling people, oh, no need to go have picnic. But there is a reason behind it, and I'm no expert. I just had to share my.
Yeah, man, and it's well appreciated, and I love your perspective, because somebody had to bring that home, which is appreciated. The only thing that I have to add to that is that it is a double-edged sword, because the problem is there. However, nobody is willing to just go and, as I say, go and have babies because they want to replenish, because people are looking at their particular situation and circumstances, and a lot of people are saying, me just can't afford it. And that is the problem. So, what will be I think the government has to start growing the economy in such a way,
that's what I was about to
right,
say.
that people start to
building of our economy.
Exactly.
Because you and I know if our economy was booming, many people would not have left home, right? Seeking for better, as we say. And some of us have not come in to know better.
That's another topic for another evening.
So I wish you a beautiful
All right, thank you very much. I
for
appreciate
allowing
it.
me.
I appreciate your input. God bless you.
All right, bye.
Very interesting. Thank you, Lady T. And I think that is all the time that we have for the program for this evening. I want to say thank you, everybody. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. And we'll be back here next Wednesday on the Chris Wilby Show on the musical vibes, and then on Thursday for the hot topics. Until then, take care, and God bless you. I will see you then. All right.